Good morning, everyone. Thanks for being here with me, your host, Shanna Trahan, at the Trahan Therapy Center, where we shape minds and change lives. So, I did this little MLK the other day and just kind of spoke a little bit about the dream, just a little bit, and freedom and how we kind of sometimes put ourselves in situations that keep us a little less than free. And so today I wanted to just talk a little bit about ways to contribute to the dream, and so I would say that most individual people have their own idea of a dream for themselves, their lives, their kids, but certainly it's up to us as individuals to realize a dream within our own lives. And when I say a dream, I don't mean thinking in terms of living in a fantasy or something that's never a reality. What I mean is deciding on a place you want to be in your life, a way that you want to live, and getting there, making the goals, setting the goals, getting there above and beyond all else. And so there are just like a few quick pointers that I wanted to share with you today about that. And the first one is take care of you. As a parent, and I've been a parent for a very long time now, in the beginning, oh my God, I just remember running around doing this, doing that, like I was just like on wheels, just zoom, zoom, the kid needs this, the kid needs that. And so then I would just wear myself out. And it's like, you know what? That's really not helpful. I mean, long term is just not helpful. And so one day it clicked for me. You know what? Be a mom, but also if I continue to wear myself down like that, how can I be the best mom for my kids? So, what it dawned on me was that I needed to first take care of Shanna. If I don't take care of Shanna, how could I take care of anyone else? In thinking back to my 20 years in education, I'm just like, how could I have taken care of all of those students and sometimes even coworkers? How could I have done that without taking care of Shanna first? When I say this, a few of you will think, that's so selfish. It's actually not selfish, it's quite selfless to consider your health and well being first so that you can be there for others. That's selfless, not selfish. Don't let anyone tell you that taking care of yourself first is bad or wrong or harmful. That is the best thing you can do for anyone in your circle. Take care of you. So, the second thing is be honest with yourself. For some of us, that's quite difficult. Some of us can learn to be honest with ourselves when we're older, 30, 40, 50, whatever. But certainly when we are 17 to about 34 or something, still sometimes we're lost in a maze. We're trying to still figure life out. Who am I? What am I supposed to be doing? Do I really like girls? Do I really like guys? Do I really want to be an astronaut? Do I want to be a teacher? And sometimes we don't figure this out until later, right? So, but it's really the most important thing here is being honest with yourself. Sometimes we deceive other people, and I don't think that's really cool. But ultimately, when you lie to yourself, that's like a terrible thing because it means that it's going to take you so much longer to get where you're trying to go in many areas of your life. So just know that you being honest with yourself is the first step toward living a better life. And sometimes when you recognize that maybe you don't realize what's going on with you, take the advisement of friends and family who you feel like love you and care about you for you, that can be honest with you and are not looking for your approval, so they will just be straight. And so we do need people in our lives that will say, you know what, that was really rude, or you know what, sometimes you're a butthole, or they might say, you have some narcissistic tendencies. Do you realize how you're treating these people or this person or something like that, right? So you don't have to go around trying to be a doctor, trying to diagnose people, but I'm saying be honest with yourself. And if in a time that you can't, or if you have a lot of people that are kind of referring to you as a narcissist, it might be a good time to sit with a therapist or someone. I understand you feeling like there ain't nothing wrong and you're all great, but it might be a good time to sit down with a therapist or a psychiatrist, okay? And yeah, I understand they're not quite as smart, but hey, just listen get good information so that you can live your best life. So again, the first one was to take care of you. The second point was be honest with yourself. The next point is hold steadfast to your dreams and keep them under wraps. So I remember this years ago, we were talking about like there's a dream stealer near you. And so we do have to be mindful who we share our deepest dreams with, because sometimes, I mean, there's always one person, there's always at least one person around you who's looking to take you down. So we don't share, it's not beneficial to share your dreams and your hopes and your desires with someone who truly is not in your corner or is sitting there thinking, oh, well, they're doing okay now, but wait till they fall or whatever. So you just have to be able to distinguish the difference between people who are in your corner and people who are not. And also, if a person cannot help you to get your dream accomplished, maybe that's not the right conversation to have with them. Find a mentor or someone who has made it to where you're trying to make it so that you can garner some great information. Often, though, mentors like to see that people have put in some work themselves, that they're not just kind of coming to the table with open hands saying, hey, give me, what do you have? What do you have? Give it to me. People want to see that you are actually a person capable of producing and doing great work. So before you seek out a mentor, make sure that you're working on yourself and working on some of your plans. So that way they'll have a open ear and perhaps an open heart to spend a little time with you and support you. And even before that, I would say let books be your mentor. There's so many books out here on the market that have awesome, great information. And I mean, you can find books online, in libraries still. Okay, I personally like reading physical books, but I mean, libraries still have books. And just, on Amazon and Kindle and Apple, there's so many different places to find books where you can read relevant information to who you are, who you're becoming, and what your goals are. So read a book first. Let that be your first mentor. I watch loads of YouTube videos about great things that are empowering to help me to figure out how to go to the next level in different ways. Because if someone else has been there before me, why should I recreate the wheel? Is a old saying. So hopefully I'm not giving up my age. All right, the next one is going to be help others, but not to your personal demise. So some of us, myself included, we're taught, help everybody, give, don't let anybody be hungry, give, 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 give. And then, there is a thing such as kind of getting to the point like you just can't give another thing. You feel that way. I would say, and you may or may not agree with the Bible, you may or may not be spiritual or believe in Christianity, but I'm just going to share from my perspective, even though that tends to be pretty global and varied. If you really have a heart, a great heart, and you want to help people, or if you're a person that wants to be helped, first, you should be doing what you can to help yourself. Even let's just say you're homeless, then at least try to get to the homeless shelter on time to take a shower. Maybe they'll give you a comb, you can comb your hair. If you're in the right state of mind, but just homeless, maybe, you can go out looking for a job the next day because you've had a shower. In whatever situation you're in, try to help yourself. If you're homeless, or maybe you've run down on luck or something and you're trying to go get a job, but maybe you have no lights in your house, you can't even see the clothes there, get with someone, go to the local Salvation Army. Hey, how are you doing? Let me talk to your manager. Hey, manager, this is my situation, and I'm really trying to come out of this situation. And, I was able to get this job interview, but literally I have nothing to wear. Can you please help me? Don't be too proud to ask for support when you need it, especially when you're in the process of doing better. It's one thing to constantly have your hand out, but to be unwilling to help yourself up. So when people used to talk about like pulling themselves up by their bootstraps, it didn't necessarily mean that they did 100% of everything on their own, but it definitely means that they were fully active in the process of going from zero to hero. Okay, so make sure that you're not just putting a hand out. figure out what part you can do to help to find the success that you're looking for. Okay, so point number 1 was take care of you. Point number 2 was be honest with yourself. Point number 3 was hold steadfast to your dreams. And point number 4, help others, but not to your personal detriment. We can help others. Choose a charity. Choose a few charities. Choose a church. Choose a school. Choose a community organization. Choose something that is relevant, that is valid, that uses their money to help others, and you can see it, and choose to donate or give to that particular organization. So instead of kind of spreading a little tiny bit in 50 places, give 100, give a couple of hundred, give 500, give something to one organization at least. And then that way, every year, hey, this year it's going to be the pets as PCA. Next year it's going to be lymphoma. Next year it's going to be, the children's St. Jude's. Next year it's going to be, at least and you have a focus of where your money is going. This year it's going to be scholarship at the school district, whatever it is, so that you can support something. And, supporting with 500, 1,000, whatever number you have, sometimes $25. Every bit helps. So just remember to support, but not to your detriment. If you giving is going to cause you not to be able to put gas in your car to get to work, if you giving is going to cause you to have to postpone paying your light bill, if you giving is going to cause you to not be able to put food in your kids' bellies, don't give. First, take care of you. Remember, that was the first one. Take care of you. And you encompasses you and your household. That's what you encompasses, okay? All right, you first and then your household. All right, so the next one is going to be learn about your history as a means of not repeating it. So sometimes we do things that our ancestors did, people in our history did, people who look like us and sound like us, and we didn't really study that hard about that in school, or maybe school did not really teach us history of our ancestors outside of slavery. They didn't really teach us all the great things that we did and came up with and developed and all that stuff. So maybe our esteem might be a little low because we don't know anything great that people who look like us did. But it's really important for you to study your history so that if you want to repeat part of your history, let it be the innovation, let it be the social change and the social justice, let it be something good and great that you could be remembered for. MLK is not the only person in the world that did things that were notable for people of color of all walks of life in our communities. So just remember, study your history, learn your history. Only repeat the great parts of your history. You are awesome, you're fantastic, and you can make anything wonderful happen, okay? All right, so let's move forward. Create goals that are smart goals. So sometimes people are like, a goal, what is that? What do I do with a goal? How do I do that? SMART is an acronym for, the first word is specific. So sometimes we say, oh, I want to lose weight. Okay, how much weight, and when do you want to lose it by, right? So what are you going to do to lose the weight? Okay, so those are some relevant and valid questions. So a SMART goal would be, number 1, making the goal specific. Secondarily, it will be measurable. So as I said, so let's just say I want to lose weight. Let's say I want to lose 25 pounds. I want to lose 25 pounds. And then I want to make it attainable. So, okay, I want to lose 25 pounds in 5 months. So if I can lose 1.5 pounds a week or something like that, and I then create something consistent in my world to do that, exercise, diet and exercise, drinking water, things like that, that will benefit the goal, inform the goal. And then something that is relevant. So if I'm saying something, if I'm trying to create a goal but it has nothing to do with me or my life or my world, is that truly beneficial? So making sure that it's relevant to whatever you're doing, and then make sure that you put a time on it. So as I was saying, so if I wanted to lose weight, then I want to say how long it's going to take, what I'm going to do to make that happen, and how many pounds I want to lose, and how I'll measure that. So putting all that together creates a SMART goal. So if you're making a goal about graduating college or making a certain amount of money or opening up a business and being successful, for finding a wonderful mate for yourself, for, anything you want. Anything that you want that's positive and great out there in the world, I want you to know that you can become it, you can have it, you can create it in your world positively without harming others, without taking from anyone else. The treasure best received and loved is the one that you create on your own, the one that you work hard for, the one that you put your sweat, blood, and tears into the world for. So, just as a quick rundown again, first thing is take care of YOU: massages, exercise, eating well, having friends that support you positively. Number two, holding fast to your dreams. When you decide on something that you really want to do, there's going to be people, if you share with them, sometimes that's going to try to deter you from it, take you away from it, knock your ideas and thoughts down. You have to forego those people, move around those people, and just make your dreams happen. You can't let any people be your roadblocks or stumbling blocks. Next, helping others, but not to your personal detriment. It's a blessing and an honor to give and to help other people, but just make sure that you're not doing it to your detriment. Next, learn about your history as a means of not repeating it. Lastly, create goals that are smart. Hopefully, you understand these ways to contribute to the dream. Martin Luther King really saw people doing great things, not just for themselves, but for others. And today, I just want to say, here at Trahan Therapy Center, where we shape minds and change lives, I appreciate you joining us, and I hope that you will subscribe, like, and share with a friend or 10. This message is very important. We're trying to take it global, and it's very important that we all come together in order to support the dream. Please go to TrahanTherapyHouston.com to the shop. There are awesome inspirational gifts there for you and your friends and family. I think it's very important for us to keep our mental stability, that we're always seeing inspirational sayings, quotes, and things like that within our sphere. So it's up to you, but I say make it a great day, and bye for now.